Welcome back to Smart Money Signals. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of Wall Street's most opaque and powerful tools. The dark pools. These aren't some secret clubs from a spy movie, but rather private exchanges where institutional investors, hedge funds, and high-frequency trading firms execute massive block trades away from the public eye. Why do they do this? To move billions without affecting the public price and, sometimes, to quietly accumulate or distribute shares before the retail world knows what's happening. We're going to expose how dark pools impacted BMNR's early days, and more importantly, I am going to show you a new penny stock that is currently seeing massive dark pool activity, a clear sign that big money is making its move. Let's understand dark pools. Imagine a situation where a hedge fund wants to buy 10 million shares of a microcap stock. If they were to buy that on the public exchange, the sudden demand would send the price skyrocketing, making their average entry price much higher. So, they go to a dark pool, a private exchange, and execute the trade with another institution. The public exchange sees nothing until the trade is reported later, if at all. This allows them to accumulate huge positions at favorable prices, often before a major news catalyst hits. BMNR, in its early stages, saw significant dark pool accumulation as institutions began to quietly buy into its Ethereum pivot before it became mainstream news. This gave them a massive advantage. Our new pick, let's call it Project Starlight, is showing the exact same pattern. We're tracking unusually high off-exchange volume, indicating that institutions are quietly accumulating shares in dark pools. Project Starlight is a game-changer in the sustainable AI crypto mining space. They are developing next-generation immersion cooling technology that drastically reduces energy consumption and maximizes computational efficiency. In a world increasingly focused on ESG, environmental, social, and governance investing, this sustainable approach is a massive differentiator. Wall Street loves a good ESG narrative, especially when it's combined with cutting-edge tech. Looking at the charts, you can see the telltale signs. While the public chart might show relatively low volume and modest price action, the real story is happening behind the scenes. We're seeing consistent, heavy volume in the dark pool data, suggesting massive buying pressure that isn't yet reflected in the market price. This creates a spring-like effect. The more accumulation that happens in dark pools, the more explosive the breakout will be when that volume eventually hits the public exchanges. Project Starlight's market cap is still minuscule, putting it firmly in the under $1 category, but its technology and the institutional interest suggest it won't stay there for long. So, what's the catalyst that could bring Project Starlight into the light? They are on the verge of announcing a major patent approval for their immersion cooling technology, which could put them years ahead of the competition. Furthermore, whispers indicate they are securing long-term contracts with major Bitcoin mining operations looking to upgrade their infrastructure for the next halving cycle. These are the kinds of fundamental shifts that institutions are quietly positioning for in the dark pools, knowing that when the news breaks, the public will FOMO in. Now, as always, a word of caution. The world of dark pools is complex and requires careful analysis. This is not a guaranteed play, and microcap stocks carry inherent risks. Always do your own due diligence and never invest more than you can afford to lose. But for those willing to look beyond the surface, the signals are clear. I will continue to track Project Starlight's dark pool activity and bring you real-time updates. If you want to be privy to this kind of exclusive market intelligence, if you want to spot the institutional moves before they hit the headlines, then you need to be part of the Penny Gem Hunter community. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive. What are your thoughts on dark pools? Do you think they are fair, or do they give institutions an unfair advantage? Let me know in the comments below. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next video.